Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot, and welcome to the first of 3 species profile kind of things we're going to do on the 3 new carnivores from the Carnivore Dinosaur Pack for Jurassic World Evolution, released today on PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Available to download right now, available to buy right now. The first dinosaur we're going to look at is the Proceratosaurus. We're going to look at the skins, we're going to look at the stats, we're going to just look at the dinosaur, we're going to look at its animations, we're going to look how it stacks up against other dinosaurs, we're going to watch it kill some humans, because why wouldn't we? And we're also going to, I've seen this posted now and again, apparently there's this really weird bug when the Proceratosaurus and now the other small carnivores get below 50% health, so hopefully that will happen as well, and I'll be able to show you that, but apparently it's crazy. So we're going to take a quick little look at the Proceratosaurus and compare it to some existing dinosaurs in the game. So for example, the Troodon has 1 less attack, 2 less defense, a little bit more lifespan, but quite a lot less resilience. The default stats for the Proceratosaurus are 41 attack, 11 defense, 64 lifespan, and 80 resilience. That puts it a little bit below the Velociraptor, more towards the Deinonychus range. I'd say this is one of the weaker of the small carnivores, but that makes sense. As far as we know, it uses the Troodon animations, and it does look a little bit spindly, I guess. The Troodon is unlocked, the Proceratosaurus is unlocked via security reputation on Isla Matanceros, so you're going to want to go back to Matanceros and level up your security rep to unlock the Proceratosaurus to get the research for it. That's going to unlock a new dig site in the UK. Good old Blighty got yet another dinosaur, and that's the Minchinhampton dig site in the UK, which is a little tiny village in the southwest of the UK, just outside of Wales. So yeah, that's about it. Let's get started on looking at the actual dinosaurs' facial regions. We're going to start off with the default skin, and then we'll take a look at this, and then we'll go through the skins, and we'll see which one we like the most, and we're just going to look at the dinosaur, basically. Now, I believe already, sound effect-wise, that was quite default. It sounds very similar to the Troodon. It's got these kind of clicks and kind of high-pitched, squeaky noises, but the exit animation, of course we'll see that a few more times, but the exit animation was a little bit different. It didn't have the same kind of leap that the Troodon does. Now, I said in my preview video the other day that this was probably my least favourite of the 3, but I've got to say, the default skin on this guy is really good. That orange is much more vivid than I gave it account for, and I love this kind of speckling effect between the blue and the orange as the crest props up over the head. I've got to say, that's a pretty great looking dinosaur. The rest of the body is my main problem. Like, there's no particularly interesting patterning towards the back. Hopefully the other skins address that a little bit more, but that burst of flame orange at the front, yeah, that's pretty cool. We're going to give him a little bit of food, because I've neglected to do that. We're just going to give him a... Yeah, screw it, let's give him a go. Let's see what happens. It's another animation I want to try out anyway. You hungry, buddy? He's looking for water right now, so whilst that's going on, unless he's hunting, we are going to release our second one. So, they all have 5 new skins to go along with that, and that is the Alpine Skin next. They do a little hop, but they don't do a big hop. It's unique. It actually is unique. Now let's take a look at that in a second. First, we're going to look at the Proceratosaurus chase down a goat. He's on the move. The goat is no longer on the move. The goat has given up. Proceratosaurus sneaks up, as the others do. Makes these adorable little noises. Nothing particularly special there. Fairly regular small carnivore goat kill. Right, moving on. If we move over here then, we have the Alpine Skin. Let's freeze time a little bit and take a look at this bad boy, because that is... I mean, I actually don't like the skin, but this is more what I was looking for in terms of the excitement of the body. You know, this black stripe down the middle, there's this sort of darker grey, sort of gradient stripe here, and then there's this kind of mottling of, well, a kind of puke, disgusting lichen, bacterial green, but still... I really don't like the skin. I don't think that's a nice colour at all. And this, I mean, the crest has gone from this beautiful verdant orange to this muddy brown. That's not a nice skin, but I do like the patterning, so that's a good sign for the future. Hopefully we can get more dinosaurs with this pattern, but with some nicer skin colours. Let's go find out. So that's the Alpine Proceratosaurus. We also have Jungle Pattern. Always one of my favourites. I'm optimistic. I really like the noise effects. They're quite Troodon-esque, but a little bit less high-pitched. They sound a little bit less like the Compy, which makes sense. It's a slightly bigger dinosaur, so it should have slightly deeper vocals, you'd assume. This is, okay, this is much more interesting. Again, I think I prefer the default one because of this off brown sort of colour, but that sort of dark green stripe, the sort of dark sea green stripe with the lighter lime green surrounding it, again the crest sort of standing out a little bit. That's yeah, it's an interesting looking dinosaur to say the least. It's really nice that they're willing to give us some bursts of colour finally. Next up we have the step pattern. This ain't your pattern, this is your step pattern. Like a mama joke, sort of. Get it? I don't get it, so hopefully no one else does. Right, there's the step pattern, which, to me, oddly enough, looks a little bit more like a jungle pattern, but there we go. The jungle patterns tend to be crimson, so it's a bit weird that it's brown, but that is pretty cool. It's a shame it doesn't have the stripe. I suspect what they tend to do is if they have 6 dinosaurs, half of them get one pattern, half of them get the other. Don't know why I'm showing you this blurry background. There we go. The crest is much more interesting on this guy. That beautiful purple lilac fading into the orange that's pretty cool. That's pretty original. It reminds me a lot of the Aloro Titan. It had a lot of these kind of multicoloured crest options, which made the dinosaur a little bit more interesting to look at. It is a shame the body is so boring. Anyways, moving on. Let's look at the Arid Pattern. Okay. Oh god, tilting. Right, there we go. The brand new Arid Pattern as well. Again, the crest is really interesting. Bright pink. How often have we seen pink in this game? Have we ever seen pink in this game at all, other than maybe some of the Hadrosaurs? The pink, and there's always orange. Orange is clearly a big sort of sign of the Proceratosaurus. And for an Arid Pattern, I'd say it's a fairly interesting looking Arid Pattern, which tends to be the more boring ones. And you can see from here, right, just look at the colouring and the lighting of the body compared with the neck and the head, and kind of with the tip of the tail as well, where it sort of stripes a little bit. You can really see the difference in how highlighted the scales are. It really does look shinier and glitterier. Glitterier? Is that even a word? Well, it is now. Glitterier in this sort of right hand area as it does compared to the actual main body. It's got this quite nice banana yogurt kind of theme going on, you know? I quite like it. But we've got one more to go, and it should be a patterned one, and it's Vivid. Vivid tends to be pretty cool. Come on, Vivid. Save the day. That's a weird noise. Kind of sounded like it was throwing up. Right, the final one then, the Vivid Skin, and I really like that. That's pretty cool. Again, I wish maybe the crest had done something a little bit different here, but this dark purple mottled with a little bit of pink. I've said mottled a lot today, apparently it's my word of the day. And then this darker purple down the middle, surrounded by this mottled, no, this sort of yellowish green sort of colour. That's a really interesting Vivid. All the skins are interesting, I'll give them that. They're maybe not all to my personal taste, although I do really like this one. I wish the crest was a bit more boom, you know, but the skin itself looks really nice. It's actually purple, which is a nice surprise for the Vivid skins, and you can see just looking there, right, all the different shades of purple in there. There's tons of them. It fades up to sort of a creamy, lighter yellowish pinky colour down here, or it goes into sort of the really dark purples along the stripe. Yeah, I'd say that might be my favourite. Oh, we should mention, this is important information, right, before we move on, the stats of this. So the ideal population is fairly huge, 0 to 23, that's pretty good, and the social group is 3 to 10. And again, grassland and forest, these are small sort of stats, really. It's not a dinosaur that's going to be particularly difficult to keep in your park. Oh, there we go. This is the problem with the canned animations, right? Sometimes they look a little bit weird, but that was a fairly typical jump, bite, ram. Right, we're going to release a Velociraptor. Oh no, we're going to release a Parasaurolophus as well. One thing I'm really curious about, this dinosaur, the Proceratosaurus, it uses the Troodon's animation set when it's fighting and stuff like that, right? As far as we can tell. But the Troodon had a venomous bite. It would attack the larger dinosaurs like the Hadrosaurs. It would sneak up behind them and bite them at the heels, and they would slowly die from the toxins, right? I don't believe the Proceratosaurus is venomous, so it shouldn't be able to kill the Parasaurolophus. But I'm just going to watch it for a minute and we'll see if that happens. It is currently running away at the very least. Oh. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so the Proceratosaurus can indeed take down the Parasaur and the other medium herbivores in the same way that Velociraptor and Deinonychus, etc. can. So despite having the Troodon animations, and despite being what I would call you can tell by the size just there, a smaller class of carnivore, this would be like the extra small carnivores, you know, compared to the Velociraptors and stuff like that. The Troodon and the Procerato. they've given them that attack animation from the Velociraptor and all the others. I was wondering if they would just make it so they can't kill them at all, which would have been an interesting decision. But let's have a look at it versus the Velociraptor, and then we're going to stick it on some delicious, nutritious humans. Dinosaur battles are on max, so this took no time at all for them to square up to each other. Our Arid Proceratosaurus is doing battle. And you can see that Troodon animation there, where it's very nippy and jumpy, and it sort of steps side to side and dodges a lot, and yeah, there's a lot of movement going on. Still going. Oh, jumps in, jumps out, jumps in, jumps out, jumps in, jumps out, jumps in, jumps out. Oh. And down it goes. And there we go, folks. That's what we've been looking for. The Proceratosaurus, under 50% health. The neck breaks in this terrifying sort of angle. It just loops around in on itself. It's absolutely horrifying. I just need to... Oh no, what's going on? The raptor is going to die, so that's okay. Well, we'll watch the raptor fight with the... Are they about to fight? Or have they given up? They've given up. That's okay. Raptor, I'm going to knock you out, son. Right, where's he gone? I need to keep an eye on this Proceratosaurus. Oh, the tail goes crazy as well. This is... Oh god, that's even worse. Look, it's kind of twisted around. Oh, that's horrifying. I'm very sorry, pal. That does not look pleasant in the slightest. That is such a weird bug. How did that make it into the game? How did that make it past testing? You know, it looks like a horse now to me, with the back legs and then... Oh god, it's weird. That's terrifying. I mean, it seems fine. He's okay with it. He's just wandering around, doing his thing like the eldritch monstrosity that he is. Very curious. His health is gonna... assumedly slowly recover. So 37%, 38%. So what I want to see is when it gets above 50% health again, if it'll kind of snap back into place really weirdly. That's what we're looking for here. Weirdness is what we're looking for. Okay, it's on 49% health. Wait for this beautiful moment. Don't walk into the shadow. What are you doing? Why are you ruining my life? Does it ever get fixed, or is he going to stay like this forever? That must be over 50%, right? That's 52% health. Okay, so, interestingly, it never fixes. Now, what I really want to see is... Oh, he fixed! Oh, of course you fixed right. Oh, no, he's broken again. What I really want to see is this guy kill a human. I think that's got to be the plan. Now, he's not going straight away. Let's go see... Oh, these three are much more interested. Is he fixed? Oh, we can... I really want to see him kill someone, but this guy's going to get first. The alpha... The beautiful, vivid... Did I say this is my favourite? I meant to say this is my favourite. Let's see if it's the same as the... Oh, God. Yep, the hand pull, the hand pull, the hand pull, and bite, and then... Oh, really? That's a different... I tell you what, that is a slightly different animation. It really is. He seems okay now. That's actually... Is that not a brand new animation? Now, this bit's from the Troodon, right? The kind of ripping away of the hands. Oh god, that's a little bit more vicious, that kind of way he kind of bites into the hand and tears at it. But that push! There he goes, look at him, the noble beast. I want to see him do it. Go, go my friend. There he goes! Poof. That push over, I don't think any of the other small carnivores have done that. Have they? Where they run up behind a human and ram into them to knock them onto the ground? This is really aggressive. And the bite on the head, it rests for a minute. It's longer. It's kind of Oberyn, kind of head crunching kind of stuff going on, you know? Oh my god, you're an absolute monster, mate. As soon as they drop below 50%, this is what they do for the rest of their life. That's just what they become. Right, anyways, that is the Proceratosaurus, ladies and gentlemen. All the animations, there clearly are some new animations. Definitely some taken from the Troodon, but the way it comes out of the hatchery is a little bit different. I think the way it moves is a little bit different in general. The noises are really, really cool in this dinosaur, and that kill animation is possibly one of my favourite in the game now. That nudge over is just so... Bam! Look at it, just knock him over, and then... It's the Troodon animation at the start, but it's much quicker, it's much more aggressive, it's much more violent, and then bam! And it sits there for a minute, just crunching down on the skull. Very cool. That's the Proceratosaurus. Let me know what you think. We'll be back in an hour with a video on the Herrerasaurus doing basically the exact same thing. Thanks for joining me. Cheers much love as always. If you did like the video, please do hit the like button. Bye-bye. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help support me a little bit more, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. There's a link in the description down below. Every little really does help in times like these, but it's not at all expected, and by just watching the video you've already helped me out massively, and it makes you a pretty cool person, so well done you. Thanks for joining me either way, I'll see you next time.